The only streamer that cares? Me. I care. Why is the W's in the chat green and not red? Weird. Is that kick?
Is the chat. Every night, thousands of viewers pour into their favorite streamers' chat.
Chat! Guys, W's in the chat for the chat!
Together, they decide what games get played, what videos get watched, and the streamers who keep them entertained get paid. It sounds pretty easy, right? Just give the chat what it wants. The problem...
In my opinion, if you always give the chat what you want, you'll stop enjoying what you do because you're not choosing what you want to do. And then you'll have shittier content because it's not your decision to make. Sometimes you gotta be the big boy and pick the things that you need to do on stream because you know what's better content. Sometimes you guys ask me to play a game that I know that literally 50% of the chat will fucking leave the moment I fucking play it. Let's be real, okay? Let's be real. That's the reason why we have events. And that's for like things that I usually won't do on stream because it's more for chat than it is for me. And it's like a little 50-50 kind of thing. You know what I mean? But like, in my opinion, there's always a good balance. It should be a balance.
Is chat never wants just one thing. There's thousands of people all asking for something different.
True.
And no matter what you do, someone's unhappy.
True!
The biggest streamers learn to follow the majority and keep the point moving. Because stopping everything for one unhappy viewer is the cardinal sin of streaming. You don't leave 10,000 people hanging over a single name in the chat. But what happens when the needs of the one are a matter of life and death?
My girlfriend of 3 years took her own life in November of 2025. Losing my best friend and the person I love most in the world. I'm feeling like my life is no longer worth living, and I've been falling into a bad habit of drug addiction, leading me to on MDMA in December. I don't want to be here anymore.
This is Joe Bartolozzi, and he's one of the only streamers that stops everything when someone needs help.
If a chatter of mine is coming into my chat saying they're suicidal, I am first and foremost going to read their message.
But when you do this, when you make yourself the person people...
It's really hard doing this. I used to do this, but it took a lot of my mental doing this. Like, I would genuinely... There was like some... Especially when it comes to DMs, I look at DMs quite frequently, especially before. I would reply to a lot of DMs, especially the suicidal ones, because I just want to make sure that they're okay. You know what I mean? But then slowly, it was really unhealthy for me specifically, because then they were always DMing me about like, well, I'm sad about this now and stuff like that. And it became a little bit like, where's the line between things that are extremely okay to talk to me about and things that are et cetera, you know what I mean? It's really hard. I know that I know what it feels like to have no one to talk to, or like no one to like, and when it comes to streaming, I understand that feeling of like, this person is the person that entertained me throughout my deepest, darkest times and stuff like that, and I'm struggling to find a way out now. And so they use the chat as a way to like feel like they wanted to speak out about it. But it sucks because like, the chat is not just one person, you know what I mean? Like, the chat is multiple people trying to have a good time and stuff like that. And that kind of like heavy ass like conversation, you need to be in the mood for it as well. Like, it's kind of like, it sucks because it's also a bomb. You know what I mean? Grim Reaper, I think it's for 5 months. Like, when it happens, it's like a bomb for people in chat. It's a bomb for me as well. It's hard to go back to a good mood from it, and as well, like, that's I used to really like, anytime that somebody did that, I would like take the time to try to talk about it. But I realize now, like, I can't help everybody. I really can't, and it will take a mental like drain of me as well if I try to help people, because like, if I do it, I've noticed before, especially before, when I did it to one person, other people did the same. And so some people slowly saw me as like a therapist or something to go to, and et cetera, and that is the hardest part about that, is that when you're okay with one person, some people think that isn't okay to do it like my turn. It's hard. It's very hard.
Turn to at their lowest, you're also now the one who has to carry the weight of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now you're surrounded by darkness.
Today I decided to end everything. Got a shotgun, can't find it in me to love myself.
Now you're giving
away...
Yeah,
exactly this. That's too heavy. That shit is too heavy. You should not be reading that kind of things every day. It's just too heavy. Especially when you become a really big streamer and et cetera. When I was a smaller streamer, it was okay. Because like, you get to talk to very specific people, and like it's very okay because like I can handle it. But when you're talking to thousands of people or something like that, it becomes harder and harder to like really get in there, because when it comes to problems and stuff like that, it's supposed to be a one-to-one conversation.
Pieces of yourself to everyone around you.
People are genuinely asking me to fix their problems. I can't.
Now, it feels like the whole world is on your shoulders.
Now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are gonna start themselves.
That's a heavy weight to pick up.
Ah,
and
that's
we
rough.
wanted to know why.
Who is Joe Bartolozzi, and why do you care so deeply about some of the things that you do? Which is maybe a little deep for 10:30 in the morning, but...
No, it's all right.
Joe Bartolozzi was born on February 6th, 2002, and grew up in southern New Jersey.
Ooh.
Joe wasn't the kid you have picked to become famous online. He was the small, quiet kid, the one getting picked last for everything.
I was kind of like the lanky kid that didn't really know how to control his body, so that's why I was picked last.
But by high school, things started turning around. He hit his growth spurt, got into lifting, and went from being the kid nobody picked to a legitimate athlete.
Damn, I did not know that.
2019, Joe's a track athlete at a Catholic prep school in New Jersey, working part-time at a
W glow
GNC,
up.
heading towards a completely normal life. And then a Chinese tech company bought a dying lip-syncing app.
TikTok is
That's how it started? Why you're... Drink normal water. Genuinely, drink normal water. I don't care. Sparkling water is just like... You're trying to make water so... Like, just drink fucking normal water. It's performative water.
But what do you think this does to a person?
It's not the same guys as like a Disney star, right? Because I was nowhere near that level. But it's just the idea of like, I was a teenager that's getting clout, and I think 99% of the time, that's bad.
And Joe was no exception. All of those views, all that attention that comes with internet fame, it went straight to his head.
I went from being a really insecure, it was like two polar opposites, right? And I had to find the medium. Like, I used to be really insecure when I was in like middle school.
I'm still insecure shit. No, man, shit. You think that more viewers will make you more secure shit? No, it did not for me. I still struggle with that shit so bad. Maybe it's because I'm a VTuber though. Maybe if I was an in real life streamer and shit like that, it would be different. If I'm being honest, oh, you know what I've been seeing recently? I've been seeing Bao doing more and more real life thingies and content than VTubing in her TikTok. And that seems very, I was like, God, must be nice. I love VTubing, I really do. But I do think that VTubing has the most toxic people as well when it comes with things. Because I think when it comes with VTubing, there's going to be this type of audience that think they have control over these VTubers' lives and have a take on how they're supposed to live it. And that shit is so annoying. That shit is so annoying. And to be honest, if I were more confident, I'd probably remove myself from the VTubing community later on in life or something like that. I'm not gonna lie. I could see myself doing it. I could genuinely see myself doing it just because, let's be real, that drama shit that I had would have been nothing if I wasn't a VTuber. Literally, the only people who are mad at me are literally those like VTubers who literally need to like control somebody's life or control how people look at you or something like that. It's just weird.
Early high school to a point where like I started working out, I started doing this, and then it went like full flop to like narcissism. And so it was like an obsession with myself because of insecurity that then inflated my ego to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm awesome.
And you can see it in the content from that era. The captions, the attitude, the way that he carried himself.
So this is my proposal for any women out there that would like to participate in the holiday, but
oh my god.
Don't have anybody to assist them.
Son, Joe. Oh my yikes.
I'm here.
This is the version of Joe.
To be fair, that's literally what it's like. Like, remember how I Show Speed was like when he was a teenager? Shit. Some people just, you see people grow. It is what it is.
That Joe doesn't like.
That person in that facade I had to do to create that character actually became me for a short period of time, and I hated it.
But now back to Joe and the business he was just starting to build. It started with diversifying his audience, because unlike YouTube or Twitch, your follower count is kind of empty on TikTok. You can have 1 million followers on there and make no money, because the platform simply doesn't pay its creators anything worthwhile.
Sure.
Like I was probably making like what, 10K a year. I was making less than minimum wage.
So in the summer of 2020, just before starting his freshman year of college, Joe announced his first ever Twitch stream.
I'm gonna start streaming video games on Twitch in a day or two.
He started moving viewers from TikTok to Twitch, where he'd stream games like Rocket League and Fall Guys.
Oh, I got it!
Then he'd take the best moments from those streams and post them to YouTube. By fall of that year, Joe was juggling multiple TikTok uploads a day, streaming on Twitch, making YouTube content, all while managing his classwork in college.
If I'm being honest, I think I would be a bigger streamer anyway as a non-VTuber. If I'm being honest, I think that my personality is already like, oh, I'm the, like, people, when people talk about me in other streams, let's say like in Erob's chat, in Zoil's chat, and anybody's like normal chatter, they're like, yeah, but Deme doesn't count. They always do that shit. They always have to like, literally like, I know that she's a VTuber, but like, please, like, don't, no, I know that she has a big titty VTuber, but please give her a chance. Like, I swear to God, that's not all her content. I swear, she's one of the good ones. Like, the amount of times I've heard that shit has been insane. To the point where I'm like, God, dude, I don't even know why. I like being a VTuber though. I enjoy my VTubing friends. I enjoy the amount of like fake shit that happens in the VTubing scene? No, fuck no. Am I big enough where I don't interact at all with that kind of shit? Yes, luckily, thank God. I remember when I was a smaller VTuber, it was worse than when I'm a big VTuber, which is so weird. I don't know why. I actually have no way. Me trying to convince e-robbers to watch you, I genuinely think that I would be a bigger streamer or a personality if I wasn't a VTuber. And it's because VTubing to me is more of an extension of myself that I use to express myself than it is that controls my content. It's not me being a VTuber that defines me. It's me as a personality that defines me, and VTubing is just an extension of that. Because I find it easier to be a VTuber than it is to be like a camera streamer because I'm extremely insecure. I just am. I'll be honest with that. Am I ready for people? I remember back in the day when I was a face cam streamer, when people like recognized me in real life, I wasn't even that big, in my opinion. I wasn't really that big. And I still got recognized in real life. That is kind of scary to me. I don't really like that. I don't really like the idea of like people recognizing me in real life because I already have social anxiety. So like when I found that people can recognize you in real life, that was really scary. And unfortunately, I am very easy to spot in the Philippines because I have a body type very different from the regular person. You know what I mean?
What was the schedule like in college? There's so much going on. How do you manage that?
It was a lot. Like, balancing streaming and...
So if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't bother being a VTuber? I would dabble between, but I would be more of a in real life streamer, or like I would rebrand as an in real life streamer. Yeah, if I was very confident and if I was like more confident of how I looked and stuff like that, etc., etc., I think I would honestly not be a VTuber. But I really, really feel comfortable being a VTuber, and I think it's a great space. I think it is. Because one, there's pros and cons in everything. The cons of the pros of being a VTuber is that you get anonymity like immediately. When you have viral clips, it'll be your VTuber, not your in real life face. So when you post your face, it's not that viral or something. It's not that defining of you, or etc., etc. I think it would do better without the model, to be honest. Yeah, that's what everybody says. But the cons of being a VTuber is that you're in this space where, in anything in life, there's always gonna be weirdos. The weirdos, when it comes to in real life content, is bad as well. Don't get me wrong. That shit is scary. Especially when it comes to female content creators. That shit is weird. But you see the VTubing side, and they're weird too. The cons are both as weird. So like, when I decided to be a VTuber, I thought that because of having a VTuber, people would respect me more as like a content creator and wouldn't like be weird towards me. I was very wrong. Very, very wrong. And made me realize that like it doesn't matter. As long as I'm a girl on the internet, there'll always be a way to sexualize me.
And college sucks.
In a way that I personally don't like. So I was like, oh shit, if there's no other way personally that will happen there, if there's no way woo, I personally would rather be a facecam streamer. But only if I'm comfortable with myself.
But it was so doable. And I hate when streamers say, oh, I really needed to drop out to pursue streaming. Like, get the out of here. I was growing and in college.
If you drop out to just be a streamer, I think you're doing the worst decision of your life. You can do both. I graduated computer science while doing streaming at the same time. There's nothing from stopping you from taking it unless you have okay. The only exception is if you have a part-time job, then 100%. I get it. That it's just GG's. But when it comes to uni, you can 100% dabble in both.
The entire time.
Thank you for 3 million followers.
4 million followers!
By December, Joe had cleared 5 million followers on TikTok. And just a few months after his first stream, Joe was pulling in nearly 1,000 average viewers on Twitch.
Like, I was so obsessed with performance.
Joe was constantly studying social media, trying to understand what made videos pop, what people responded to, and why certain videos failed. That confidence had turned into a full-blown obsession. But because of it, Joe was starting to not like the person he saw in the mirror.
I'm trying to map out where the ego kind of starts to disappear versus... Like, was there a low point, a moment where you're like, holy, I gotta change?
Yeah, I don't think there was like an aha, right? It wasn't like a light switch flip. It was more over the span of like a 6-month period where I was like, I'm kind of being a dickhead.
Yeah.
Fair.
Coupled with a variety of things. So I don't know if you can include this in the video. That's up to you. I tripped on mushrooms for the first time, like, and I hate when people talk about like that being a genuine changing factor in their life.
Oh.
Because it's like, okay, cornball, like that's what made you, really have that light switch. But I think it was like, it was a part of it, like it removed the grooves of life that I have gotten into, and it made me reset to a point where I
Ego death. Interesting.
I had to kind of look in myself. A lot of the people that I knew in philosophy classes as well were sharing ideas that, I may have heard but not resonated or understood fully. It was so much like, wow, I'm gonna die one day.
Did you ever have one? What's there to die if it's never existed? I don't have that big of an ego, unfortunately. I think people should have an ego. I do think that it's important to have an ego, like a little bit, not too much. You know what I mean? There's like, because it stops you from being used by people who are obviously there to use you. That's the only thing that egos are good for, and self-respect. Literally, egos are only good for you self-respecting you and standing up for yourself. I still struggle to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I still struggle to stand up for myself sometimes in life, and it makes you have a spine. But the moment that you have too much of that, you stop self-reflecting, and I think that's bad.
I should kind of treat people in a way that's like, this is our only life. And I accredit my viewers a lot because in that time, parasocial relationships built a little bit, which is bad. But at the same time, there were people coming to me for the first time going, I want to kill myself.
You were chatting to your last streamer because you're ending it all. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I remember when I had the first time like experience when it comes to chatters like that and stuff like that. I remember pausing everything I did just to talk to that person and to like maybe like change their mind. But man, it really takes a toll on you after time. Mentally, it takes a toll.
If there was a moment of like lock in, it was that.
What happened? One of my subs just said he's gonna himself. Dude, do you need help?
Like, it's so hard to take that shit seriously when you have people in the other chat and they're not taking that shit seriously, and you're seeing Daddy Joe in the chat. It's just not the right place. It really isn't. Like, imagine saying like, imagine typing in a chat that I'm gonna kill myself and shit like that, right? And then you see somebody in chat going like, Mommy Demi, please, some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, how can you take it seriously? How can you genuinely take it seriously?
Because I was going, yeah.
Like, imagine, like, in my opinion, if you need to talk to somebody, I genuinely think, if ever, I don't know, dude. It's just rough. It's just rough.
No, I'm 19.
You just need to seek professional help. That's all I can do.
People that actually look up to me in a way that's like, I need to be better. Life.
Demi, do you know when it's serious or just attention seeking? That's the issue. You never know. And that's the reason why we take every single like kind of message like that very seriously. It's because like, I don't want to ever take that risk, ever.
Is the best thing that will ever happen. No matter how bad it can get, life is amazing.
Now, put yourself in that chair for a second. You're 19 years old. You started streaming to play video games, to have fun and make people laugh. And this is what we do when somebody like says a message like that. We now like time them out. We put a like mod comment on their thingy telling them like, please seek professional help, but then we can't really help with you on that. Seek family or friends or anybody around you, or like call the like helpline and stuff like that, because there's nothing we can do. I can't do anything, you know. Drain Souls, thank you so much, 2 months. You've never met just told you they're planning their own death, and out of everyone in their life, they picked you to tell.
I feel like no one cares and I want to end it all. I have a date planned, so you'll probably never see me again. I want to say you make me laugh a lot. I'm going to kill myself October 2nd. No one will remember me.
And this kept happening. Joe would go live and
exactly, because the moment that you entertain you being the therapist in a stream, it will happen more and more and more and more again. You invited more, unfortunately, because sorrow loves companions.
Sooner or later, somebody would show up in a genuine crisis, typing their darkest thoughts into a Twitch chat.
Don't want to be a mood killer. I just want to say my family basically bullies me every day, and I can't get them to stop. I've been thinking about suicide a lot.
When Joe first started getting these messages from chatters, his initial response was the same as anyone with the hearts would be. He wanted to help. Both on stream and off of it, Joe took the time to talk with those viewers, getting to know them on a personal level and giving them real advice just like you would with a friend.
You guys mean the world to me. If you need help with something like that, I can try my best. So that's why I'm kind of pausing the stream for the last like 15 minutes to talk about this, because that's important.
But there's a harsh reality that all streamers have to learn eventually. Your viewers aren't your friends. They can't be.
No, they can. You know. Sweet, they got 28 ones.
I have had
Deme
probably 20 people come to me.
I disagree. Sorry.
Your friends. They can't be.
I have had probably 20 people come to me about themselves, like on live. The first 2 times it's happened, I have tried to like help them, and then it just ended badly in terms of them getting parasocial towards me. And then
yeah, see exactly what I said before. Same mistakes I did too as well. It's hard not to care. I think it's human nature to care, and unfortunately you can't care for everything, or like care for you can't burden the pain of so many people.
Non-stop coming to me.
You see, the relationship between a streamer and a viewer is way more complicated than a normal friendship. When you spend hours watching someone through a screen, day after day, your brain starts doing something weird. You pick up their sense of humor, you learn their opinions, their moods, what makes them laugh and what sets them off. You come to know them the way you'd know a friend, except they have no idea you even exist.
I have an issue with this as well. Sometimes I'm like, I had an issue where just because somebody chatted in my chat a little bit, I also think that they're my friend as well. It goes both ways sometimes.
This is what's called a parasocial relationship, and it can be a dangerous thing.
Now a scary home invasion as 3 masked intruders with guns grab a popular influencer by the hair demanding money.
3 guys came into my room, turned all the lights on, and then they had the gun pointed at me.
While most parasocial relationships don't reach this level, there's always a possibility that it can.
3 popular Twitch streamers face a terrifying encounter
while this clip, God.
Live streaming along the Santa Monica Pier.
I'll kill you right now. I'll kill you right now. If the streamer leans too far one way, they might come across as uninterested or cold, but lean too far the other, and viewers can mistake an occasional reply for friendship.
Please stop following me. It's getting weird, it's getting strange. I don't know you, okay? So please leave me alone.
That's where things can take a turn for the worst, because now that attention can turn into expectation. And when the expectation of a response to the next chat isn't met, it can feel less like being ignored by a streamer and more like a betrayal by someone that they thought they knew.
It's a weird parasocial relationship that forms, and you're not even aware that this person is forming that typically until they're like about to show up, or they do show up.
The gap is hard to manage, which is why most streamers keep a barrier up around the heavy personal stuff.
My sis is dead.
Right, let's try and keep it positive.
Please don't talk about side of my chat, please. That's just something I just don't like to hear or talk about, you know?
And you can't really blame them. At the end of the day, streamers are supposed to entertain.
At some point, there has to be a boundary between caring about the people watching and becoming responsible for everything that they bring into the chat.
They become too attached to you, where they see you as an actual friend that they have. So I feel like that is kind of a boundary that you have to...
This is the reason why I have all DMs closed. I have literally all DMs closed, everything. I don't care. I don't want people to feel like the need to DM me or something. There is nothing you need to DM me for. Like, I just don't. I remember making this decision. I think a year ago. I think is when I decided to like stop receiving DMs and stuff, or like ever looking at that, because it happened during Valo. Because Valorant, for some reason, I had more DMs during the Valorant days than I did now. That shit was insane. That shit genuinely made me, like, I think it made me do moves that I should have done moves when I became a 2K Andy. You know what I mean? But I did that shit when I was like 400 viewer Andy because of the Valorant fucking days. Valo days literally changed my fucking outlook. And when it comes with like a lot of things that you're supposed to set boundaries with. And then that's probably why I'm so strong about my boundaries. I'm that you can really tell immediately when I feel like my boundaries are crossed or something, and it's very immediate when it happens.
Set as a streamer, but it's hard to gauge where that line is.
Joe had every reason to draw that same boundary. He'd answered the heavy messages, taken conversations off stream, and learned what could happen when things become too parasocial.
Yeah, I did sometimes I just can't help it. I saw a message of somebody like asking for help recently. I DM'd them back. It was like a few months ago. Yeah, it was a couple months ago or something. And then they continued to like kind of trauma dump about their issues after I messaged them about it and had a conversation with them. But then they kept continuing it out. And I already said what I needed to say. And it's so awkward. Now you don't even know how to exit the conversation too. So now it's like, now I'm like kind of scared to even reply to DMs and stuff like that. It's weird. It's hard. I think it's really hard to like even accept a DM about that kind of stuff because you don't even know if the other person is going to accept that DM as like a thank you DM, or they're going to see that as me trying to be a friend. I'm not trying to be a friend. I'm trying to like help you out in a situation where it's just really hard for you. And I just wanted to be there if there was somebody else to be there. But then, you know, then they continued it out and it became really awkward. Hi, Goosey.
The first 2 times I helped somebody with like issues, they just kept messaging me, and then they like got upset when I stopped messaging them. So it's more so of that issue.
But mental health meant too much
Dude!
to him. Ignoring somebody who might not make it through the night was never a choice he could live with. After those early mistakes, Joe implemented 2 important factors that would eliminate those odd parasocial dynamics from coming into the picture. For starters, he removed any one-on-one interaction. All conversations with chatters were strictly held on stream from the Twitch chat.
I've prepared to go, tired of waiting for things to improve. You are my escape. Thank you, dude. If you're saying you're gonna kill yourself, don't. I know this was 10 minutes ago. I hope you're still here.
And second, but most importantly, he made the pivot from trying to be the help himself and became the middleman.
Fine if you're depressed and you want to come to me for advice, but when it comes to the gravity of seeking an expert is better than seeking Joe Bartolozzi a.
Damn, you could literally see the change throughout this video live. Damn. That happened to me too. I think this is very much such cases when it comes to streamers. I think everybody gets to learn this, unfortunately.
Twitch streamer, TikToker, you know what I mean?
For those who came into the chat looking for help, Joe was there to give them a few encouraging words and push them in the right direction.
I've had not so good thoughts, if you know what I mean, and listening to your advice and others has helped me even during those hard times. If you ever have thoughts, reach out to somebody, genuinely. Go to a therapist, psychiatrist, talk to somebody that can help you.
Yeah, like see how he tried to like mitigate or like try to like help them personally, and then now he's like just doing what you can as a person and just like giving you options of where you could seek help from.
Not the answer. Like there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator.
It's just guiding,
seeing
yeah.
that I don't know the person, so that's why I try to do the charity streams for like, you know, 988 or AFSP or Trevor Project. We're doing reactions today, and it's a charity stream. We raised $2,700, which was matched 3x by the Melinda Bill Gates Foundation. So dub in the chat for that. Goes to a good cause, saving lives.
And for a while, this worked pretty well. While it seems kind of small, Joe's brief but encouraging words were...
I think personally, there's a time and place for everything, and I would rather focus my energy on making the stream happy and a place where... Because I remember growing up, I make content that I personally would watch. That's when I know I personally had a bad stream or a good stream. I know this is my own take, but like I know I had a bad stream if I personally wouldn't watch the stream. The moment that I feel like I wouldn't watch a stream, ooh, I had a bad stream. Like shit. If I don't personally wouldn't watch my own stream, I know I'm doing bad. Like I do things that I personally would watch, and that's why I know that like my viewers are also like kind of in the way the same type of person that I am. And when I was growing up, I think that having entertainment and happy little videos that you watch in the side is so important in your life, actually. Like this like cute little entertainment, because it's so easy to go down the rabbit hole of like depressive videos or something like that, or like really dark videos that are just like putting that in your mind. Like I remember growing up watching like, let's say, game videos or like PewDiePie or something like that, or et cetera, et cetera. I'm a cutie pie, shit like that in the background, just like this happy go guy, just like having fun and et cetera, et cetera. And I think that's really good to have that kind of like set in stone in your day. Like I would start the morning with Mythical Morning back in uni. Just to start my day bright and early and happy. And I'm like, Mythical Morning!
Actually making a difference in people's lives.
Food's more than 5 months. I think it's always good.
Good morning, Dean and chat. Demo.
Good morning.
Here now, and I want to say thank you for helping me through this past year with having to deal with my grandpa's suicide and my own personal problems. You're definitely my favorite top streamer, and I hope you never stop.
But by the time Joe graduated college, things had started to change. His viewer count climbed to some of the highest in all of streaming, and managing the expectation of that many chatters is a totally different beast.
Like right now, I average 10K. Chat's horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember when I used to average like before the drama, I used to average like, let's say 3 to like 5K. I can get like a 5K stream naturally. Hated my streams. Couldn't handle it. I could not for the life of me handle the chat anymore, and it made me like look less to chat because it just like, I don't know. I know it sucks. I wish, okay, this is gonna be sounding, I'm gonna be completely fucking honest right now, okay? I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna be so fucking honest. The money was nice, but was it worth not enjoying the chat as much as I used to? No, it wasn't. The drama kind of gave me a blessing a little bit, removing all the bad like actors in my chat. I'm not gonna lie. The drama literally removed all the bad actors in my chat, which was that was really nice because I was going through. If you were there before the drama happened, you could see my mental on stream kind of deteriorating a little bit when my viewers kept going higher and higher. That shit was like, I was spiraling. I'm not gonna lie. I think there were some days I'm pretty sure it was just rough.
yeah, I gotta lock in. I want to get into the videos. I'm starting to get stressed the f out. I'm starting to get stressed the f out. I
can't imagine having those kind of numbers and being an in real life cam streamer though. I'm glad that I'm a VTuber.
This was gonna happen at the start of stream when I got like 9 messages just unloaded onto me.
With this many viewers watching, Joe found himself caught between two groups that wanted completely different things from him. Because on one hand, some viewers felt that he wasn't doing enough.
But here you are doing your own thing. Hey, the human nature is always to survive and to find ways and to find answers to struggles and stuff like that. The problem when it comes to depression is that it doesn't feel like there's an answer. And that's the biggest issue. When it comes to issues that you have daily, you seek answers to like for your issues and stuff like that. That's the reason why depression is a killer. That's the reason why people literally like, you know, it's just rough because it feels like there's no answer.
Guess even my favorite streamer doesn't care about me. Lame comment. I have 5,000 people in my stream that are spamming right now. I'm also playing a video game. And then I don't respond to you and you pull this guilt trip here.
But on the other...
Oh my god. Some chatters, when I don't say hello to them in the morning, I guess even my favorite streamer doesn't care about me.
Pull this guilt trip here.
But on the other hand, there was a totally different group of viewers that were tired of this stream.
She didn't say my name when she said good morning. You hate me.
Jesus, dude, I like watching your streams, but when you go on rants like this,
Fuck! I know exactly how this feels. I know. Oh my god, this happened to me before the drama shit. Oh my, I was spiraling, dude. I was spiraling. I was getting one man so easily. YouTube comments were really like fucking up my mental. I became such a shell of a person. Oh, I was becoming such a shell of a person. And then I got addicted to reels because I just needed that dopamine hit of like happiness. Because like if I watch a reel, I couldn't watch videos anymore as much as I did because I was so scared of like saying a rant or something and somebody taking it too seriously. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks to like get, okay, I know it sucks complaining about this shit because I feel like I'm complaining about some like privileged shit. I know I'm in a privileged spot of being a streamer and being able to live out as a streamer and stuff like that. Like I'm in a really happy spot to earn enough money to do this for a living. But it sucks so much that people don't understand how much their words can affect somebody. It hurts, man. It hurts that like people take my rant so seriously that they're like, God, I think that Demi's a psychopath. I can't joke around as much. I felt like I couldn't joke around as much anymore. I felt like I just couldn't be myself anymore without somebody getting mad at me for it. It was rough, man.
That's all you do.
Like I personally love ranting. I personally love being mad sometimes on stream. I love it. It's such a like fun thing to scream and for the fun of it. Like even if I'm not even mad, sometimes I'm like, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? And it's fun. It's fun because I do it because it's fun. And then somebody in fucking YouTube will be like, wow, Demi is such a fucking meathead. Why does he even care this much? That's the whole point. That's what makes it fun.
All the time. That's annoying. Play the game. Do me a favor and never watch me again.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and go f yourself.
No matter what Joe did, someone felt ignored, and the messages were starting to get more demanding. Early on,
I never knew I would relate to this video so fucking much. Good Lord, have mercy on me. My God.
people would briefly mention that they were struggling, and Joe would offer a few words of encouragement. Now they wanted more.
Like every stream, it's been getting more and more and more and more like involved, where people are genuinely asking me to fix their problems. I can't. I'm sorry.
But the hardest part was figuring out who genuinely needed help and who was only looking for attention.
How do you balance keeping everybody happy and then also sorting through people who are just doing it for attention?
I mean, that's the struggle. Because I'm a suicide prevention advocate, that is an avenue that a lot of people use to manipulate their way into being noticed or speaking to me on stream. And so, yeah, if there's 10 chats saying they're suicidal, 6 of them are fake. Because
you know it's fake when it's a first-time chatter with a new account in Twitch.
Because I do so much mental health advocacy, the amount of people that come into my chat and fake being
it goes both ways, though. You said that your viewers' words can hurt you, but you can also hurt viewers with your jokes. I'm sorry, man. Just don't watch my stream. If a joke can hurt your feelings so hard that you think you're personally getting like it as a joke, then Jesus Christ, turn off the fucking stream. Holy fuck, go outside. Like, you know what? The funniest part is that we're talking about if you didn't know what I literally got mentally fucked up about, it was TADC. It was literally just like not liking a character and then somebody being like, God, Demi hates fucking depressed people suddenly. Or like me having a take of like speed and shit about him like liking whatever. Suddenly I'm a psychopath for thinking that he should be able to do whatever fucking he wants and people shouldn't like fucking parent him.
It was absurd. I had one chatter that came in and they say, hey, I'm the mother of so-and-so. He took his own life. I just wanted to let you know you were his favorite streamer.
Yeah, a mother wouldn't do that and type in somebody's chat about that shit.
Sorry that he took his life. I don't really know what to say.
It sucks, man. It sucks because if it is real, then you just look like a fucking asshole. But if it is fake, then like it's just such a mess. This whole thing is just such a mess.
Hey, I'm sorry. I hope you're all right. I'm sorry for the loss of your son. Ugh. Come to find out, they come back a month later and they're like, my brother typed that, banned his, blocked him. You're the chatter? I knew that.
Happy birthday, Papiro!
I'm banning you, man. That's fucking weird as shit.
This leaves Joe stuck making a decision that's difficult to get right.
If I'm being honest, I think a large portion of people that come into my chat and say stuff that's idle are lying.
It's funny because, like, you know, remember that conversation we had about streaming and it being easy and stuff like that? I still think streaming is easy, even with these issues that we have. And it's always because the biggest issues I've ever had when it comes to streaming has always been outside of streaming. During stream, everything's great. Every single time. Never had I felt like streaming wasn't for me when I'm streaming. I never felt that way when it comes to Twitter. I never felt that way when it comes to YouTube. Never felt that way when it comes to TikTok or anything or Instagram or something. It has always been streaming because streaming is my passion. And then like I grew from streaming and then like I made social media and stuff like that and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's always the outside voices that's not even part of the community in Twitch that like don't get the vibe and don't get the fucking idea about what my humor is like.
But I have to treat them all as if they're...
I think you took the comments on YouTube and Twitter too seriously because it's so hard not to feel like you need to get better. It's so hard. You can't expect me to like ignore everything. I'm still human. If I feel like I could do better, I'll try to do better. That's my point. So if I read those YouTube comments and stuff like that and et cetera, I'm like, damn, maybe I didn't look at this the right way. And then like sometimes there are moments, you know, the funny fact is that there are moments where YouTube comments did change my mind because I would read them and they're coming from a good place and area of their comments that I'm like, oh, dude, true, fairs. It's so fair that you said that, actually.
How dare you provide us hours of potentially free entertainment every week and work hard to be entertaining and positive all the time? How dare you not see our one chat out of hundreds or even thousands of chatters, or say one thing we don't like? Shame on you.
Sir Robin, thank you so much for 1,500 biddies. But that's the thing. It's so hard to separate good people and them, like, because I like criticism. I actually, don't get me wrong, I actually do read criticism. I want to get better, and I like seeing the mistakes I've done. Maybe I could think about things easier or like better in a way that I should be thinking about, because like I don't think of myself as perfect at all. So I do like constructive criticism. I don't think that that's a bad thing. I don't think criticizing me or something like that. I'm not saying criticizing me is bad. I'm saying that like some people don't know how to actually criticize somebody without making it so personal. So personal. Like they literally make it so crazy personal that it doesn't even feel like it's constructive anymore. It's just a personal attack towards me and making me feel like a horrible person.
Real, because then I could, on an off chance, not take somebody seriously that is serious. And that's the worst thing you could do.
Ignoring the wrong message could have serious consequences, but responding to every message was impossible, and the pressure of trying was beginning to wear him down.
I feel bad, and I've talked about this. It's like, I wish I could help, but like sometimes I can't, you know? Like there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator. Especially seeing that I don't know the person.
But there's one message that weighs on Joe the most. It's one that he's heard over and over again, that for some viewers, he's the only reason that they're still alive.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know how that feels.
You were there when my dad passed. You saved me from ending my own life more than anyone should. I've realized so much because of you. I can't thank you enough. You unknowingly have helped me with a lot. My life has gotten about a lot better since watching you from your philosophy stuff. Never had a favorite streamer until I watched your streams, and it kind of saved my life, no pressure. I wanted to myself, you saved my life. I did not save your life. You saved your own life. Please get the help you need, though. If I'm the only reason that you stopped, wanting to kill yourself in that moment, you need a lot of help outside of just watching my content.
When you hear some of those stories, how big of a toll does that take on you? Because, like,
for me personally, it takes a huge. It matters. I know it's coming from a good place, and it matters a lot to me, but like, it feels heavy.
I'm watching through some of their clips, talking to people.
It feels like the pressure is building, and it makes me keep going personally to do the best I can because of stuff like that. But it's kind of heavy. It's a lot of pressure.
People like this. A lot of the chat is asking, who is checking on Joe?
I mean, I'm starting therapy soon. I'm not saying it's bad to have my videos as like something to fall back on to make you feel happier versus like, I'm suicidal, your videos are the only thing that's keeping me alive.
Take a...
Ooh. Let's see this. Twitter is the most pure evil, filled with 15-year-old craving attention, but they tend to use hate to get that attention, which is not okay. The drama example, sorry for bringing it up, that fucked me up badly. I couldn't believe how many malicious people came out of nowhere and started attacking you for nothing. I had to reduce the amount of times I visit. That happened to a lot of people, actually. A lot of my members as well realize how bad the internet has become and stuff like that. A lot of my members stopped going on Twitter as much as before because of that incident as well. Because it was genuinely like, I should react to the video so we can talk about this fully, actually. I'm gonna, after this video, let me react to the Muujin video so that we can like end this chapter completely and we can actually address every single thing that we could possibly address in this one incident or something like that.
Second, and think about what that actually means for the person receiving it. Somebody just told you that your uploads are load-bearing for their existence.
Are you sure? Yes, because it keeps being brought up even now. And I think it's good to address every single thing that I can address and even remember.
Don't tell me that. Like, I'm glad I'm able to help, man, but like, get help. Like, get help. Please.
So what happens if you take a break? What happens if you burn out and quit? On some level, Joe now feels like he has to keep posting, because somewhere out there, somebody's hanging on by his streaming schedule.
There will be people that will like come to my chat and they're like, hey, you prevented me from killing myself because I saw one of your videos and it made me laugh. On surface level, that's great. If you're me, now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are gonna start killing themselves.
And beyond the pressure, there's the sheer exposure to darkness. Joe's DMs and chat are a constant stream of people's lowest moments. And when you're surrounded by that much pain for that long, it eventually starts to get in.
That's like the one thing is the emotional drain, I guess. Like I put a lot out.
After every stream, Joe sits there for an hour just coming back down from what the job took out of him.
Like when I'm done stream, I get off, I literally sit there in like silence for maybe an hour. I need like time to decompress just because that is a lot at times.
Sometimes when I have like a heavy stream or something like that, I stay silent for like hours after stream. I end stream and like I just like lay down for hours. Wolf video 27 months? I don't know, dude. I think it's different for everybody. I think that everybody has a very like different when they stream and stuff like that, and like how much they take in from chat or like how much they put out for chat and stuff like that. Some days are emotionally more heavy than others, depending on, because like it really like, especially when it comes to my streams. The reason why, in my opinion, I'll never do better in YouTube or in any other site is because the best thing about me personally is that you have to watch me live. In my opinion, I think my humor is better live. I think that because there's
I like that white boy in the top left cause he yells a lot.
Heavenly Day 29 months.
Like he does.
I think so. I think that like my streams, I think it's one of those like, I think it's one of those things where if you watch live, the jokes and things that happen, it happens so naturally that sometimes it won't fit in a fucking 60-second TikTok or something like that. Like, it's good for conversational and things that you watch in the background as you're doing something or to engage with. You know what I mean? Like my streams are something to either listen to the background or engage with. And sometimes like when it comes to jokes and stuff, a lot of my jokes are used by like me and chat bantering, and then the clips kind of lose context, and yeah, exactly, clips lose context, and it won't be as funny. It's like you know when you're in a moment where something really funny happened in your life and then you want to tell a friend, and then while you're trying to tell the friend the joke, you're like, damn shit. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it doesn't hit as good. Because it's one of those, sometimes my jokes and stuff like that, it's like very like you just had to be there, because sometimes the jokes happen when there's like, you know, there was like a journey towards that moment. Sometimes it was so boring, or like, let's say my stream has been so like silent and suddenly I crack a good one. And that's what makes the jokes like so fucking good or something like that. There's always like a build up.
It takes a toll.
Unless I'm watching reels.
But it kind of builds. Like I'll be good for a month, and then there'll be a week where I'm just like not there emotionally, I guess. And that's like a problem.
So the obvious question is, why keep doing it? Every other streamer proved you can just let the messages scroll and the career survives. Joe could put up the full wall tomorrow and nobody could really blame him.
I'm not sitting here acting like I'm some role model, but if people are going through stuff and I recognize that they're watching my content to help them, that I want them to have some sort of guidance of redirection to be better themselves and also better their own mental health in a way that's good for them.
Joe did the math and decided helping people is worth what it costs him.
I enjoy making people happy more than the other aspects of the job. And that's what enables me to deal with this too. Like a lot of people are like, oh, push through the negative because you make money. I think I push through the negative because I can affect people more positively here than any other job that I could possibly be doing.
But once he saw what his platform could do for people at their lowest, walking away from that stopped being an option he could live with.
Thank you. My mom was diagnosed with cancer about 9 months ago.
Sorry to hear
we would
that.
watch your videos and streams. We loved your philosophy streams. She also majored in philosophy.
Really?
A week ago I found out she has two
more days to live. One of the final things we did was watch one of your YouTube videos.
Oh, that actually make me cry.
Videos remind me of good memories. She passed away yesterday and you helped me cope. Just wanted to say thank you so much. You helped more than you'll ever know. Oh my God. Yo, that's just gonna make me cry.
No, that's so... Oh my God.
It's a f***ing weird job, dude. It's a weird job doing social media. There's a lot of shit, but it's one of the most, like, rewarding experiences. Just to be able to be someone to help other people is something that I want to do. Yeah, the money's good. Yeah, it's
true. I remember... It's such a weird job. It actually is such a weird job. It's so weird even calling it a job. It's just so insane that, like, things like that. It's so rewarding, though. The reason why I keep going as a streamer and the reason why I keep pushing to get better as a streamer, to, like, push out, like, better content or something like that for my day-to-day or something like this, is because I find such pleasure in making somebody's day better. And when I get those, like, kind of, not the suicide ones, but, like, the people going like, Demi, you made my day better with your content, it really does affect me where I keep going, because sometimes you don't really see the light in the tunnel and shit like that, and it's like, oh man, I could be just doing different things and et cetera, et cetera.
fun to play video games.
But it's always worth it.
But, like, on a deeper level, dude, being able to make people's days is, like, genuinely what I want to do. And I'm glad that I can.
Damn, damn, damn. What a good video. Sheeshers me yeeshers.